Have you ever heard of the Wendigo? A terrifying creature, a cannibalistic spirit capable of possessing humans and turning them into ravenous monsters, consumed by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. Originating from Native American folklore, the Wendigo is one of the most frightening beings ever described in mythology. In this video, you'll discover its origins, appearance, powers, and, most importantly, how to protect yourself from this terrifying menace. But be warned, they say that simply hearing the name Wendigo might be enough to draw its attention. Origins of the legend. The story of the Wendigo was born from the harsh realities of winter in Native American tribes, where food was scarce, and in moments of desperation, some resorted to cannibalism to survive. The legend served as a grim warning, an eerie reminder of the terrible price one would pay for committing this forbidden act. The Wendigo, a legend of insatiable hunger. According to indigenous beliefs, when a person resorted to cannibalism, they could become possessed by the spirit of the Wendigo and transform into a flesh-eating monster. The Wendigo symbolizes greed, an insatiable hunger, and the corruption of the human soul. The spiritual meaning of the Wendigo. Indigenous peoples believed that the Wendigo was not merely a physical creature but also a malevolent spirit capable of influencing and possessing human beings. It manifests primarily in winter when hunger and despair reach their peak. The Wendigo embodies three major fears of these tribes. Extreme hunger, the desperation that leads to cannibalism. Relentless cold, the unforgiving winter that brings death. Corruption of the soul, when a person loses their humanity to their darkest instincts. The creature's appearance. What does the Wendigo look like? The Wendigo is described in different ways across North American indigenous legends, but some characteristics remain consistent. It is a terrifying creature with a skeletal, emaciated body, often associated with death and the cold. Main characteristics of the Wendigo. Towering height. The Wendigo is unnaturally tall, sometimes exceeding 10 feet, 3 meters, in height. Its body is elongated, with disproportionate limbs. Extreme thinness. The creature always appears to be on the brink of starvation, with its skin stretched tightly over its bones. Its ribs are often visible beneath its thin, decayed flesh. Its skeletal body represents its insatiable hunger for human flesh. Pale, corpse-like skin. The Wendigo's skin ranges from grayish to ghostly white or even bluish, as if frozen. In some descriptions, its skin is dry and cracked, resembling that of a corpse exposed to the elements. Long, gnarled limbs. Its arms and legs are unnaturally long, making its movements even more horrifying. Its hands and feet have razor-sharp claws, capable of slicing through flesh and bone with ease. Terrifying face and glowing eyes. Its face can be skeletal or grotesquely deformed. Its eyes glow red, yellow, or white, burning in the darkness like embers. Some versions describe it with sunken, hollow eye sockets, radiating a cold, merciless hunger. Sharp teeth and a bluish tongue. The Wendigo's teeth are jagged, oversized, and yellowed, often coated in blood. Its tongue is long, sticky, and blue, much like that of a frozen corpse. A gaping, hunger-filled mouth. Its jaw may be disfigured and grotesquely large. Its mouth is always open, as if eternally starving and ready to devour its next victim. Rotten stench and bloodied lips. The Wendigo emits a nauseating odor of decaying flesh and decomposition. Blood often stains its mouth, the remnants of its latest prey. Tattered clothing, or none at all. In some versions, it wears the torn remains of human clothing, remnants of its past victims. Other accounts claim it wears nothing, as its body is resistant to extreme cold. Alternative descriptions. Some indigenous tribes describe the Wendigo with deer antlers, making it even more monstrous. Others claim it has an animal skull in place of a head, resembling a sinister forest spirit. Behavior and powers of the Wendigo. The Wendigo is an extremely dangerous creature, driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. Its behavior is cruel and strategic, making it an almost unstoppable predator. Endless hunger and cannibalism. The Wendigo is never satisfied, no matter how much it eats. It sometimes stores the remains of its victims to consume later, especially during the harsh winters of its territory. It chooses its prey based on physical characteristics. Children prefers body fat. Women favors the skin. Men consumes muscle tissue. Elderly has a preference for bones. Supernatural senses. Enhanced vision, can see perfectly in the dark. Incredible sense of smell, can track a victim from miles away. Heightened hearing, detects even the slightest movements. Superhuman speed and strength. Despite its thin and skeletal frame, the Wendigo possesses incredible strength. Its claws and teeth can tear through flesh and shatter bones effortlessly. It moves swiftly through the forest, capable of stalking its victims for days without rest. How to defeat a Wendigo? The Wendigo is extremely difficult to defeat due to its immense strength, speed, and endurance. However, there are some known methods to destroy it. Fire 1. Intense fire. The most effective way to eliminate a Wendigo is to burn it completely. Intense flames can reduce it to ashes, preventing it from regenerating. Some legends say that only sacred flames can truly destroy it. Dagger 2. Weapons made of silver. Knives, spears, and arrows made of silver can inflict extreme pain on the Wendigo. These weapons won't kill it instantly, but they can weaken it enough for a fatal strike. 3. Stab to the frozen heart. The Wendigo has a frozen heart that sustains its existence. A direct stab to the heart can kill it instantly. However, this must be done with a special weapon, such as a silver blade. 4. Purification rituals. If a Wendigo is killed, its heart must be removed and stored in a silver box. The heart should then be buried in sacred ground to prevent resurrection. The creature's body must be completely dismembered with a silver blade. The remains should be disposed of in remote locations, such as the depths of the sea or separate geological crevices. Stop sign: the danger of resurrection. If a Wendigo's body is not properly dealt with after death, it may return to life. If it is resurrected, it will seek revenge against those who tried to destroy it. Signs of a Wendigo's presence. If you find yourself in an isolated forest during winter, watch out for these terrifying signs that may indicate a Wendigo is near. Cloud with snow. Unusual weather changes. Some legends say that sudden blizzards, strong winds, and even snow tornadoes can signal a Wendigo's approach. The weather may change drastically without explanation, becoming freezing and hostile. Hear mysterious sounds in the forest. The Wendigo is known to mimic human voices to lure its victims. You may hear a child crying, desperate calls for help, or even the voice of someone you know calling out to you. These sounds seem to come from a distance, yet they always feel eerily close. If you notice any of these signs, run immediately. How to protect yourself from the Wendigo. If you suspect a Wendigo might be lurking nearby, there are a few known ways to protect yourself. Crystal ball protective amulets. Some indigenous tribes believe that certain shamanic amulets can ward off the Wendigo. Objects made of silver are also considered effective in repelling the creature. Headphones block out the Wendigo's sounds. The Wendigo can imitate human voices, cries, or pleas for help to lure its victims. Wearing headphones or earplugs can prevent you from being deceived by its calls. Fire. Stay close to fire. Intense fire is one of the Wendigo's greatest weaknesses. Staying near a campfire or carrying torches can serve as a form of protection. Today, we talked about the Wendigo, a terrifying creature from North American indigenous folklore. We explored its origins, eerie appearance, supernatural powers, and how it hunts its victims. We also learned about the few known methods to defeat it and the signs that reveal its presence. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to receive more scary content like this. Share this video with your friends who love scary legends.